Well, every time it's later, the show we used to play 30k, and we're playing 30k again, so why not? Here's Clarence,
Hey.
and Matt,
Yep.
and what'd you bring, Clarence?
Brought Mechanicum.
Cool, what'd you bring, Matt?
I brought my channel debut, Emperor's Children.
Channel debut, Purple Poison.
They've lost already though.
They've won too.
The rebirth of Barney. So, yeah, 2,500 points, 4 objectives.
Hammer and Anvil.
Hammer and Anvil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different.
Not corners.
Not corners for once.
Corners.
Matt's had his fill of corners for the
Like
next
corners,
2 lifetimes, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, but I guess every time it's
7 games straight kind of wears on you.
okay, a little much, a little
Hey,
much.
like corners.
What else is there to say? Anything new?
Um,
Anything working on? You're starting 8th, I think?
No, not
You're
really.
doing 8th?
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
As I get downvoted by the 3 people next to me. Just like,
It's like 1 out of 4, pretty good. Well. Hey, Nurgles looks cool. Like,
Yeah.
Sort of.
with some judicious clipping of things.
Yeah, the Typhus popcorn slash his whole family on him's a bit much.
Nerdly
It's like Typhus
cherubs.
and the boys. Niggling cherubs,
You know,
exactly.
popping a
Ugh.
sore one with the boys.
I do love that they're doing the ground and air drones. So that's
Yeah.
interesting. But yeah, so we'll be back with armies
And deployment.
and deployment and stuff.
2,500 points of Emperor's Children. Today, it's being led by Fulgrim, and I gave him Fireblade because the Blade of the Lair is stupid.
But you didn't model it, so
I don't
it's
get-
supposed to
It's the murder sword. Yeah.
be- Okay.
And because Fulgrim has a Warlord trait, I gave him Master of Ambush today. Surprise, surprise.
Wow.
I know.
Well played.
High
Yes.
skill cap.
Anyway, my HQ choice today is Eidolon with a jump pack. He's being accompanied by 10 Assault Marines. The Sergeant has Artificer Armor, Melt a Bomb, and a Phoenix Spear, because Phoenix Spears are cool. And because I'm running the 3rd Company Elite for my Rite of War today, I have 2 Cacophony units who are troops. Both are 8-man units. Both sergeants have the Artificer Armor, Melt a Bomb, and a Phoenix Spear. And they'll both be accompanied by 2 Apothecaries today. Both have Artificer Armor, and one has a Power Sword. Both units also have a dedicated Rhino with Multi-Melta and Dozer Blade. And then we have our 5 Tartarus Terminators today for something a little different. Sergeant has a Phoenix Spear, because everyone needs Phoenix Spears, because they're awesome. Followed by 3 Chain Fists, because since I don't have the Blade of the Lair, I can't rend things. Not that that should be too much of an issue today. And I'm rounding out with Lightning Claws because of Emperor's Children abilities. They're in a dedicated Spartan today with all the fixins, Flare Shield, Armored Ceramite, Dozer Blade. And then we're rounding off with our Sakaran Venator today. No las cannons on the side, they're just pretty and magnetized. It has a Dozer Blade. Then we have our Javelin with 200 killer missiles, Multi-Melta, and twin-linked las cannons. And then we are rounding it with our Laser Vindicator with, actually doesn't have Dozer Blades today. Anyway, lots of las cannons, just like the Emperor's Children, nice and fluffy. And that is exactly 2,500 points.
2,500 points of Mechanicum. This is my Archmagos. He's the Warlord. He has Conquer Cities because it's really good. And for War Gear, it's a tag mata list, so it's just like the vanilla version. It's not lots of robots or lots of tanks. You get to do everything. So for War Gear, he's got the Prime upgrade, Cortex controller for some bot control, Cyber Familiar, the Machinitor Array. He's a Malagra version of the Archmagos, so that's the better fighty one. Is a Paragon Blade, Photon Thruster, and a Mastercraft Power Fist. So he's got a whole lot of kit. And Rad Grenades. Next to him,
important point.
yeah. Next to him is a Magos Dominus. He's stock. He's got a Last Pistol and a Power Axe, and nothing else because everything else costs points. Behind them, I have 2 units of the Tech Thralls. They're units of 20, so they're max squad sized, and they have the Carapace armor. They've got the Feel No Pain. They've got the Fearless, and they have the normal las locks. So there's 40 of them. They should be pretty annoying, hopefully. We've got 3 separate units of Thalax, of 3 each. The 2 on the sides have Ferox, Chainblades, and Melt-A-Bombs. And the one in the middle just has nothing. They all have their stock lightning guns, no special weapons. I have a unit of 4 Myrmidon Secures back here, all with double Graviton gun. They have a dedicated Triaros with nothing on it. Oh, it has extra armor. So that's hopefully useful. I have a unit of 2 Castellex with the enhanced targeting and Darkfire. Darkfire, yeah, that's what they're called. I haven't played this in forever. And I got a Krios, Venator, nothing. They're pretty solid. And 2 separate Thanatars. They have a bombardment version.
Bombardment.
Yeah, they each got the enhanced targeting array as well. So it's 2,500 points, also exactly on the dot. And yeah, that's it. Alright, so I deployed first because Matt gave it to me. Starting over here on the building, 3 of the Ferox Thawax. They're taking position up top. I have a blob of 20 Tech Thralls with the Dominus attached. And behind him, he's got the 2 Castellax and then the separate Thanatars. Got all the bots together to keep them in the aura. I've got another unit of 3 Thalax on top of this building. And it's sandwiched in between here. We've got the Triaros with Myrmidons and Archmagos. Got another swarm of Tech Thralls surrounding them, and my Krios back here on this flank. Oh, and 3 more Thalax hiding under the bridge. The thought there was to create the 24-inch pushback bubble with the Thalax because they're Jinsei and they're spooky. They can see through their helmets. And yeah, entire army on the board, no reserves, and it'll be kind of interesting. See you on Emperor's Children.
My deployment, I deployed second. We started over here. We just put our Laser Vindicator behind some impassable and blockading terrain for a little bit of cover save, as well as our Venator down the street, because it didn't really fit anywhere else too well because it's a little big. But it's got good line of sight for one of my main targets, the Trios carrier with those Myrmidons, because they're dicks. Anyway.
Does line of sight still exists in 30k?
Yeah, line of sight exists in 30k. Then we have our Assault Squad with Eidolon. I hope Eidolon gets to do more fun. He has yet to let me down in 2 games, but he smashed his face pretty well. And then, because of my Warlord trait, I infiltrated Fulgrim and his Terminators. 24 inches back because of the Jin sight. Little tricky, but anyway, I got a Land Raider there, so we'll see how that goes. And we'll come back to with my reserves. Reserves, because of Fulgrim's Master of Ambush Warlord trait, being one of the few Primarchs that gets one. The only Primarch that gets one, sorry. I gave both my units of Cacophony Infiltrate and Outflank. So they are going to be outflanking since we're playing Long Edges today, which should make things really interesting, especially with their sonic heavy metal guns. Javelins, as normal, will outflank as well, or it would be blasted off the board in the first turn. So I'm going to try and steal the initiative, being all Emperor's Children-y and fast. So we're just going to see how it goes.
Dun, dun, dun. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the third 6 in a row on that dice. Loaded. I'm keeping it.
We have stolen the initiative.
Yeah, it's the second game I got stolen in this basement.
Wah, wah.
What happens when you don't play 8th?
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll come back to it, the Emperor's Children, turn 1. Emperor's Children, turn 1. Very uneventful, but it's first turn. What can you expect? We'll start over here. My super speedy Assault Marines, move 12, use Crusader, and rolled a 2.
Yay.
So they just shuffled along in there. My Land Raider moved up 6 inches. I then fired both my quad las cannons into the Thanatar here. I took off 2 wounds, so that was pretty good. Clarence saved the third with its automatic shielding. My twin-leg heavy bolter fired into the Thralls, and I foresee, like the rest of the game, they made their feel no pains. So this will be great. To round out my turn, my 2 tanks shot into the Trios because there's death in there with those Myrmidon Destructors. The front value of 14 and a flare shield really sucks. So I only ended up causing 1 hull point. And that's the end of Emperor's Children turn 1.
Juan for the Mechanicum. Starting down over here, I had positioned the Thalax. They jumped off the roof. Didn't quite have enough charge distance later in the turn, so they assault moved back up. So they pretty much didn't move at all.
Use the old jetpacks.
Yeah. The Castellax, they shot into the Spartan I did one
Whole point?
glance. He failed his 5-up save, and it's a 5-up because of the enhanced targeting arrays. So it did a whole point. Both Thanatars shot at the Assault Marines, and they bombarded the squad. I think it killed like half of them.
4 or 5?
6.
6. Pretty good. Eidolon's going to get lonely soon. No one to hold up mirrors. That's more Lucius. Next is... Oh! My Dominus. He cast Heal for Cyberthurgy. And he healed one of the 2 wounds on my Thanatar. So he has 1 wound on him. That's nice. Yay. The Stalax jumped off the roof. And then later ran to kind of block off the entryway. I did suffer a dangerous turn, but I passed the save. My Triaros moved up 6 and disembarked everyone. The Myrmidons disembarked over here. 2 were in range to shoot the Venator, a couple scattered. And I did glance in a pen and I destroyed the Heavy Bolter. And then the Archmagos who disembarked with the Tech Throws shot his... not the Darkfire, the medium one, the 6-2, and I popped him with a hull point.
First blood.
Yeah, off the 6. He failed his cover save. It was pretty nice. And my Krios moved up and smashed through the terrain and rerolled the 1 with its galvanic traction. And he shot a barrage at his Laser Vindicator. I stunned it. That's good for me. And
Put a whole point up?
Yep, and with the stun, so it can't move and has to snapshot. And with the assault move off the last unit of Thalax, I kind of like protected the
Rear flank there.
rear flank, yeah, not the side flank. Anyway, it's a pretty nice turn 1 for me. Kind of did some damage, killed some lasers, but I have to take on all the outflanks, and we'll see how that goes at the end of Emperor's Children turn 2.
Emperor's Children's turn 2. Not a bad turn. Cleary's turn 2 is going to be really fun. So we'll start right here. Once again, my very depleted assault squad moved up. Tried to charge the Thalax, but I rolled poorly, so I didn't make it. My Spartan shot into the wounded Thanatar. Clarence made 2 invulnerable saves, which would have destroyed it, but that's the way it goes. Fulgrim and his squad charged into the Tech Thralls. I lost 2 Terminators because Tech Thralls are really cheap and they still produce results, and my rolling is terrible. But I wiped out, I don't know, over 10 of them.
Good mark, good mark.
So anyway, they should wipe them up on this turn. The real fun was all my reserves came in, and they all came in on one side. So my Javelin shot into the Krios tank. I did a hull point and immobilized it. My Cacophony squad came in and shot into the Secutors, and because of their Bioshock feedback, they failed their leadership test because I caused 3 wounds, and then he failed his leadership test after the Bioshock feed, and then I proceeded to wipe the unit out because of their instant death capabilities. So that was really nice. My other squad of Cacophony came in and shot into the Thalax. Same thing, they completely imploded them with the destructive capabilities of the Cacophony. Noise Marines for the win. And then my Laser Vindicator shot into the Tech Thrall unit with the Warlord. He looked out, sir, but I did kill a Thrall.
Nice.
So that's the end of Emperor's Children turn 2. We'll see you at the end of Mechanicum turn 2.
End of turn 2 for Mechanicum. Started way down here. My immobilized Krios shot all the way down at this friendly little Vindicator. Hit twice, or 3 times. I got 2 glances. Cool. And he passed 1, I believe. So that's 1 hull point. This Thanatar shot at this unit in between his arm bolter, plasma mortar that hit. I killed all but the sergeant. Put a hull point and stunned the rhino. Pretty cool stuff. My Tri-Arrows shot at the land speeder, and I did a hull point onto that, and it jinked. and then I shot with my and charged with my Thalax, and they managed to beat it up with their fists and like punch its motors and stuff. Moving down over here, my Archmagos and the lads marauded on up, and I shot them with the Dark Fire and the Lazlox and the Melta Pistol, and I killed like one from the Melta Pistol, and that was it, but I blinded them with the Dark Fire, and it was cool, and I beat them up in some combat. The second Thanatar shot at Eidolon's unit, killed it all but Eidolon. He passed his leadership test. Yeah, there was like 3 other dudes. Fulgrim and the lads sadly left one cultist, or Tech Thrall left alive, so they burned their turn down, killing him. And then the most triumphant part of
Yeah,
the
that was
turn,
insane.
the 3 Thalax with Ferox and Melta Bombs charged the Spartan, and I hit twice, and I penned once, and I rolled a 5, so +2 because the AP1 killed it. So it was pretty good. Really lucky and good turn for me. I'm feeling pretty confident, and we'll see you at the end of Emperor's Children turn 3.
Emperor's Children turns 3. Things are pretty bleak. Clary's turn 2 was absolutely devastating.
You expect perfection.
Yeah. Anyway, Eidolon, he made his Death Scream attack.
That was cool.
He pinned them. They weren't. They passed. They missed their Overwatch. Eidolon came in and swung and knocked out all the Thalax and overran them like a boss.
9 wounds. Who's counting?
And I killed the lowly Tech Thrall.
The one left.
And consolidated 5.
I thought he had that one.
Yeah, he just skipped underneath. I took a pot shot into the wound with the Thanatar left. I caused the wound, but it still has 1 left. But unfortunately, my 1 unit of Cacophony succumbed to the power fisting.
Malagra.
Yeah, so that unit's gone. So he'll be able to start pumping wounds back up to that. So things are going to get from bad to worse soon. And I ran my sergeant into his Rhino bunker. I tried a Hail Mary pass with trying to cause a wound on the Thalax with the Bioshock, but he passed his save. So I wasn't able to try and capitalize on that. And the Laser Vindicator took pot shots into the Krios, but with its front armor 14, even with ordnance, I only managed to cause one wound, which was then saved. So that's the end of my turn 3. We'll see if we last to 5.
Alright, so this is the end of turn 3, and looks like Matt's about to beat me. Just kidding. That's kind of mean.
Dick.
So, starting over here, my Krios shot and finally hit with all 4, like 3 pens. You failed the 5 saves. Finished that off. My Trieros moved up and did a little pivot and finished the Rhino off with his top cannon.
The dude got out and got shot too. Right?
Yeah, so he bailed out over here before the assault moved. They were about here. He failed 1 out of his 2 armor saves he had to take. Really bad luck, and they boosted 11 inches. Moving back on down, the Archmago split from the Tech Thralls, and he shot a Melta Pistol into the back and blew off its Combi Bolter and assaulted and punched up the Power Fist. Both Thanatars shot into Fulgrim's unit and killed a Terminator and did a wound to him, and the Castellax shot into who's its Eidolon there, and he failed 3 out of 4 of his invul saves from the Darkfire cannons and died. So it's pretty much over for the game, but we'll see you end of reading turn 4, end of turn Emperor's Children turn 4.
So that's the end of Emperor's Children turn 4. I have 3 models left.
Oh my god.
So Fulgrim and his unit charged into the Thanatar, or the Castellax, and I killed the Castellax with instant death. That's it. We'll see you at the end of Mechanicum turn 4.
Mechanicum turn 4. And not too much happened. The Thalax jumped the fence. They're on the objective. That's good. The Tech Thralls are on the objective. That's also good. My dude moved 6 and ran up a bit. Just to kind of get in the zone, maybe for some Cyberthurgy. And Fulgrim chopped down the last guy and consolidated 2 inches. So that's it for turn 4. See you at the end of Emperor's Children turn 5.
Emperor's Children turn 5. My 2 Terminators are taking this objective right here. And Fulgrim charged the Thanatar and cut it to pieces.
Avenging the assault squad.
It had one wound left, but it instant deathed it anyway. Feeling good. Feel right, almost. I think totally swung that.
Made
this
it all
time.
worth it. Moral victory.
We'll see what you at the end of Mechanicum turn 5. At the end of the game, it's up in the air. But I feel good.
So this is the end of turn 5 and the game. Bring it down over here.
Who's a real squeaker?
Yeah, so I kind of smudged him back a bit. And then I cyber third-G'd him up with a double shot off score that hit dice, in fact, hit. And got 4 hits on the Terminators and 4 wounds, and he failed them all or something like that, and they died. So that leaves the game ended with me having this objective and this objective and first blood for 7 to his 0. And yeah, see you in the post-game show.
Post-game show, you totally just watched these guys play 2,500 points of 30k and didn't fast forward because we didn't put ads and you watched the whole thing. So let's get right to it. I would like your MVP, Matt.
Fulgrim.
Yep.
He lived.
Yep.
And he killed much.
Yep. He carried the day.
He rose from the ashes of the plasma mortars. And that's pretty much it.
What did he kill?
Thanatar, Thalax, whole bunch of
He
thralls.
didn't kill any Thorax.
Okay,
The
the
Castle.
Castellax, whatever.
That's more points.
The axe thing. Some HQ that's dirt cheap. A whole bunch of thralls.
That's mostly him. The
That was-
Terminators like helping, but they weren't really.
The Terminators
thralls.
failed
Right.
when I needed them not to.
Yeah.
But he himself took like 800 points off the board, kind of thing, or close to. A good amount.
Ish, yeah.
Thanatar's like 300, and then the Castellax.
Thanatar
are
is like
something.
2 something or other.
So that and 2 Castellax is like 5 something.
Yeah, it's
Plus the character.
Probably almost 500-600 points.
So we've confirmed that he's a pimp.
Yes, he is.
I did like what Eidolon did too. I mean, he didn't do a lot, but he did have that moment where it was just like ah. Like,
Yeah,
down 3 guys.
I love Eidolon for what he does when he gets the charge off. He's devastating, but for some reason my dice went cold.
Yeah.
3 out of 4, 4-ups, failing, sucked.
There's no character to fall for the whole challenge thing.
No, just bad rolling. Once the game starts slipping, it just
Put the
goes.
phone away,
I was
child.
checking the points.
Bah.
You were asking
Liar.
about the points.
Okay.
But Battlescribe's
I thought you were
literally
texting
open.
like you millennials.
No, Battlescribe's literally open.
So, other than Eidolon, you have an epic fail, I'm sure. Or Eidolon, sorry. Your MVP was Fulgrim and Eidolon. But what was your epic fail? 'Cause that's not always easy.
I didn't really have much of an epic fail. Like, all my stuff came in on one side.
Yeah. Are you down shooting wise?
No.
Huh?
Everything was fairly decent until Clarence's turn 2, where he just...
Spartan's epic fail.
That was surprising.
Yeah, we
that was
blew
really
it up. That
surprising.
wasn't really a fail.
Yeah.
But what were the odds on that? Like 1 in 5 or something?
It's like
30%?
What? It's like about 20%.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, if that didn't blow up, I would have probably taken out the other Thanatar with the last cannons. I don't really see how I could have used it different.
No, but it just didn't.
Yeah, I got bad luck really. I mean,
That was luck, though. That wasn't a
Yeah,
fail.
but that's like.
I did like when your laser did the 2 snapshots. I was like, holy fuck, you can't keep this guy down. So, you had him fucking going. Okay, Clarence, give me your MVP.
The Thalax.
Which unit of
The one that blew up the Spartan.
I figured as much.
Or, I don't know, could have been Thanatar B that, like, B for
drop bomb.
Yeah.
Your Thanatars did very well for themselves, but they had good target profiles. It wasn't like you were throwing them at like 1,400 vehicles all game or something. Like,
Well, yeah, if I didn't take Thanatars, it would have been, like, Grav Imploders.
yeah.
I would have dealt with them. Much easier.
Maybe.
Oh.
It's cat and mouse with
They
them. It's
one-shot,
like,
like, the elite units.
if they get the drop on you, it's bad. If you get the drop on them, it's
20
bad. for them.
shots, 2s and 2s reroll and everything.
Oh, I know. I just I'm like if you get caught in the open, you can't take a punch with them.
Yeah.
So guy tanking for them, they get killed pretty
Yeah,
quick.
usually you put the Arc Magos with them, so you get your 2 up, 3 up.
In fact, the cacophony on the unit with the gravitons was interesting.
That's cool. I like
We
that.
got to see the cacophony today.
Yeah.
At least. That was
Yeah,
like-
the Cacophony are... Ever since their Red Book update, they
Yeah.
are much better because they were absolute garbage in the beginning.
And combined with having Relentless is nice.
That's why you always take third company elite Rite of War as
If
an
you're
children.
if you're taking Cacophony.
Yeah.
What was your epic fail, Clarence?
I don't know. I want to say my Krios.
Did it underperform?
Huh?
Did it underperform? Or? It got
Well,
the tank in the end, didn't it?
Yeah, but that was after the entire game.
Right, they
Like,
were
it got
far back and
immobilized. It was like just.
Matt was smart though. Matt drove the Rhino right up to
Yeah,
keep the
okay.
cover, which it worked both ways, but they kept you both kind of shooting back and forth, so it was funny.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything else to shoot at, so.
It was smart. No, it was a good move for sure.
Yeah, no, I would say maybe the Castellax. They didn't really do. No, they killed Eidolon. So yeah, it was the Krios.
Yeah, I guess.
But that's like a relative statement too, like because it still did all right. I think did pretty well.
Your list can take a punch.
The only thing that I killed were the Secutors with the Cacophony thing.
No.
But I mean,
But
again,
yeah, they got me first blood, so like.
Yeah, it's kind of like my Spartan thing.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's just dice.
The Spartan was surprised. Like you were surprised, at least admit that.
Yes,
You weren't,
please.
you weren't expecting like one round at least. You probably
I was
heard it and then
I was hoping for it though. Like
hoping for and expecting is not necessarily the same thing.
yeah, but it wasn't like I was like throwing away. I was like, oh, it's like a Hail Mary. I was like, well,
Yeah.
like it can happen. Like let's try and make it happen.
I was surprised you were able to at least attempt the 1 in 36 in the front. I never even thought about that with the tank hunter and everything else. The rending and all that shit.
Yeah, it's the running off the strength 7.
It's still 1 in 36, but the fact you can, there's very few things that are damaging that thing in the front are
It's
easily.
not
obviously.
quite 1 in 36.
Oh right, because the 1/3 on the back end.
Yeah.
Right? That's not bad. That's not terrible actually, really. I mean, you get
It's
past
for a
the
hull
gate.
point.
Yeah.
You can get like 3 hull points at the most, like off a really lucky roll.
Very.
Matt, 2 minutes or less. Give me your thoughts on the game.
Everything was good until turn 2. It was.
It was like 8 dead in that way.
It was really. Honestly, it was really balanced
Yeah.
up until the Thanatars just pounded my units into the ground.
They didn't miss much.
They didn't miss at all.
That
Yeah.
minus
Like,
5
yeah.
scatter is really strong.
Yeah,
They-
you give them the 15-point upgrade of Bliss,
Which is
still
worth it.
minus
You're
1
spending that
cover.
much anyway. I mean,
They hit every time. They took out large chunks. My assault squad had to come across the board with no real cover from the barrage across, so that was a matter of time. And then everything coming out on the one side.
you got all 3 units here.
All 3 units came in on this side. I rolled 1s and 2s for everything. I wanted 1 unit over there,
Yeah.
at least of Cacophony, and then the 1 over here.
And
Just
you were
to
saying
split it.
1/3 choice. You should have had 1 unit.
I should have had
at
1,
least.
but unfortunately 1s and 2s was a very common theme towards the end of turn 2 on.
Yeah, towards the end, especially with the
And,
combats.
and then it just got out of control.
Yeah.
I couldn't come back from that, and then once the 2 Cacophony units were gone, and then the assault squad was gone, and all I had left was the Terminators against 3 scoring units. And I just couldn't
And you
get
had that
back.
poor luck of like that one fucking tech throw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one.
One fucking tech throw.
I rolled 3 1s for chain fists.
So that could've gone different.
Yeah,
You had to
so
hit it.
That could have put this whole flank like one.
that
turn
would
ahead
have.
and
I
then,
would have
yeah.
got through the 2. I would have destroyed a lot more. My Terminators would have been safer.
He had the bodies, but not the speed. So yeah, if you would kind of
So
spread out, but at the same time, you played it right for the most part. It was at least nice that all your reserves came in when they did.
yeah.
So you've seen those games where they come in like turn 4.
Or like 1 at a time.
Oh yeah, the piecemeal
Get
always sucks because
focused
you
down.
can't like go anywhere and bring some hate. You gotta be careful.
But I mean, that's just the way it rolls sometimes.
Oh yeah. They're looking nice. I'll say that much. They look
Well,
pretty.
thank you. My paintings come a long way.
And then the edge brass is quite the choice. I also say I like the choice of the teal on the cabling for the
Yeah, it makes
the
it look
cataphor.
organic.
Yeah, and it's a good like just in terms of color choice. It's very nice. They work together.
Thank you. I'm waiting for Forge World to do transfers for them at some point, but since
I'm waiting.
well, I had to wait 6 months for Phoenix Terminators just to get back on the website, which
yeah,
I
that
haven't
big gap,
bought
right?
yet. It'll be a while.
It's like somebody dropped the mold. They had to find it again or fix it.
I don't know.
Well, you're lucky. You've got one of those drop pods still. The discontinued drop pods. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
you got that. You
So
got one
back
too,
to you for
right?
100.
Fucking asshole. Sold you for 50.
Yeah.
Capitalist fuck. Cleary, 2 minutes or less. Your thoughts on this game?
Well, I definitely got the better side for my list because I am super slow, and it was pretty maze-like, so I was able to like choke it out with a lot of bodies and like fearless units and big bricky things.
And you had the initiative stone on you?
No, yeah, well that was annoying, but you know, like Matt doesn't have a whole lot of.
But of all the armies to do it, it's nice that the army of perfection steals the initiative.
Yeah, it's pretty fluffy. It's just like it's hard to kill Mechanicum tanks.
You have to
through
start
flare shields.
Yeah.
Which means against most things you're safe from first blow. Like las cannons can't really do it.
My army is fluffy. Like it's all las cannons. That's their fluff. It's like speed and power.
Doesn't help when the Thanatars are like repairing wounds.
Doesn't help when Thanatars are dropping pie plates, removing
that too.
Yeah.
And the reroll jink is not fair either.
Yeah, it's all cover.
Yeah,
it's not just jink.
Wow.
But
it's even stronger.
Yeah. But yeah, the Assault Marines definitely took a pasting. The Thanatars are really nice because, of course, as MCs in 7th edition, you get to draw line of sight from anywhere. Because they're like fairly large models, you can scope it out pretty easily.
Yep. Which means you're getting your -5 a lot.
Yeah, -5 on the scatter roll.
Which, considering compared to minus nothing, it's very good, right?
Krios is very cheap for like the amount of like anti-tank fire it puts out. Thawax are really cheap for being like 9 wounds of like toughness 5.
Yeah.
Thralless blobs are really cheap for what they do.
Mechanicum book's pretty.
It's strong.
I haven't I'm 0 for 4 against them now. I haven't beat them yet.
They're very strong. You have to build for them.
But yeah, that being said, like
because they're so different from every other book.
Yeah, the catch there though is like if you pick the wrong like Mechanicum build, you can just like eat it so bad because you're like, oh well, I'll take a lot of like barrage and like anti-infantry to get through like the blobs of dudes. Like, oh, you're using like a tank list. And you're like, oh, fuck, like. You're using a robot list, like, and you're like, well, I don't have a lot of plasma or like rate of fire.
Plus, we all know you can bring Scoria,
yeah,
who's very good.
Yeah,
and did not today, so that's good.
Yeah, or
that was a rule of fair.
Let's switch to list building. Any thoughts post game on list building? Anything you change? I don't want to
I don't have much to change. I maximized for bodies today.
Yeah.
Just because I knew Clarence was bringing Mechanicum, but
not stupid. Not stupid.
I generally cram out my troop section for the full 6, so it's kind of tricky to.
I've got too many armies.
One of the hard parts of the Clarence is those very inexpensive fearless troops. There's no psychology there. You have to kill them to a man, which you did for one unit.
Yeah.
But you paid for it in time, which is the idea.
I would have killed the second one if the HQ guy didn't come along, but
yeah, that was very close.
Power Fist just kind of punches through holes.
Oh yeah.
In general, in 30k, fearless blobs, be it Mechanicus or AM, very strong.
For our games, just because we do objective-based games,
yeah.
but if we use some of the book missions, it might be a little different.
Yeah,
some of them
those are like
some of them are shit, yeah. But
the one good thing is at least we have the fear of the flanks. So if you do come in on a side where the tech thralls are, you're not having to wait a fucking turn to get at them.
Tech thralls are like deceptive too, because it's like okay, well they're like shitty dudes, but like oh the first turn if you like engage the.
You're surprised by the strength 4. You're surprised by
hatred.
the attacks, the hatred. The hatred's the big one, really.
You're like,
oh the
shit.
first round is like fuck. Like you've got a lot of bodies and you're getting a lot of attacks.
and then the carapace with feel no pain, so they mitigate most of the average weapons for your troops.
And they're all good choices. Like I don't. No one questions why you take them, but it's just like fuck.
For 120 points for 20 guys.
Why not?
125. I checked that
Wow.
one.
Ooh, 5 points. That's a dozer game.
Thanatar 40 models. Like that's like 8 that in a lot of ways too. But no, for 30k, 30k is speaking in generalities, mostly Marines, so it's mostly elite armies. Even if you're doing bodies, it's still like 100 dudes, not 400. So very strong, very strong. I like the 2 Thanatars. It's a hard thing to fight.
Yeah. And if you replace them, it's like, oh, here's like 3 Krios. Here's like the Myrmidon Destructors with the Imploders or the Rad.
I think you did right not having too many Castellax because it's not that they're bad, but you pay a lot for 2 Darkfire shots. I think you'd agree. They're not bad in combat, but I mean, you step through them, one and then the other.
It's because
basically.
Fulgrim stepped through them.
Right. But for toughness 7, they're still only 3+. They're okay in combat, but they're not amazing.
No.
We cut off there, so we're not sure we cut off, but 30k. Anyone else have any other thoughts on the game? Anything in general? Anything you're working on?
I have too many models.
That happens. Does happen. I have the same problem.
I'm working on 8th edition stuff.
So it's Nurgle?
Yeah, I'm doing Death Guard.
Death God. Should we talk about 8th? What should we talk about?
I don't know, like,
I got nothing. I don't play 8th. And all I got left is just to paint up some stuff I have.
Yeah.
Got a new army I might be working on. Super secret project.
Can't
Yeah.
tell nobody?
Can't tell no one.
Can you tell us what game it's for?
30k. Because that's the only game worth playing.
it's an 8th.
Super secret.
It's Custodes.
Is it Custodes?
It's Custodes.
Is it Space Marines?
It could be Custodes.
It's
Could be.
Custodes.
How much of that is mechanized?
Uh,
A little bit.
4 units.
Very excited. Very excited.
Yeah.
That Custodes tank is fucking cool.
With the,
So is the other one for the sisters. The cool.
It won't be ready for probably
6 months.
6 months.
I'm excited.
I'll take you by
I want to see
surprise.
Custodes versus Custodes. I think that'll be the ultimate like.
my Tribune is their real.
I'll get my
Yeah.
I'll get a 2,000 point army ready by depending on my bonus for New Year's. Put it in order.
Down.
I gotta try my new paint scheme. We'll see how it
That's
goes.
the nice thing about 30k. There's not this like cutthroat release schedule of every 5 days changing the rules. What's the next book? Like 3 months out, 4 months out, 5 months out?
3
18
years.
months.
18 months. 3 years.
Well, when Alan Bly died, we're kind of all screwed.
Yeah.
Which sucked.
Well, when we talk about
Apparently,
that,
I heard like a rumor that the reason why Inferno was such a fiasco is because he kept on trying to like work on it as
He
he,
kept
was
pushing it?
dying.
Oh,
No, like it's like
the perfectionist.
yeah. But like when you're out the door, like you get things like the Tribune and like Magnus.
We can say something nice about Alan Bly because we like the game he's made.
Sure.
So thank you, Alan Bly. Even though you're dead,
We
thank
miss
you.
Yes.
We do miss you because now it's going to become 8th probably. What are your thoughts on that, guys?
Well, they announced it wasn't going to be 8th.
No,
that they
'cause-
were working on the
Good.
like,
Okay,
adapted
but for a
book.
book. But I mean, like, do we think in the long term?
There'd
they're
be
going to
way
8th?
too much to backlog, and then a lot. Personally, as someone who's bought some of the black books, I'd be really pissed if it all became invalid.
Oh, I know.
The
It's just, this is the
argument there
same
is
company
that
that has no
campaign
qualms
books-
about like an edition lasting 9 days. So
Yeah.
I have a lot of books from 7th that didn't get the shelf life they deserved. G-dubs. So
Refunds plenty.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like 18 months down the line. I mean, like once we get the next book, and then they're gonna go, oh, because I do know. Just complete side note, but on the novelization side, they're basically at the Siege of Terra or getting there. So there is kind of a countdown to some respect, unless they're really, really hungry for money.
I don't know. Well, they have to do Angelus. I think they
No,
said.
he's talking about Blacklight. Right?
No, I know, but I'm saying in relation,
Like
like
how far they are
Angelus
from it.
is. They said what, winter of next year almost at this point. At best guess right now.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
So, like, I guess 18 months is our biggest book in the future, like 12 to 18 months.
we'll say at least we'll say 12 to be
Yeah.
optimistic. But then after that you have White Scars. So
Yeah.
they need to be next. So then you're looking at almost another 12 months almost after that at this
And
point.
how many Primarchs are there to go?
Oh,
7.
And then Alfie's next, or do we know who's
Dorn
it's
is
Dorn's
next.
Alfarius or Dorn? I think it's
Dorn is next.
Yeah, Dorn's almost done.
Then
I think.
Alfarius. Because
Yeah.
they're doing the backlogs with the passing of Alan Bly. They're going back and really doing everything. Malagurst, please. Forge World. Mal. I'm tired of getting shit on for the model I use.
To completely and disrespectfully misappropriate the memory of Alan Bly, I really think to commemorate the memory of Alan Bly, you should not fuck with this game. That's selfish of me, but hey, I'll put it out there. Why would you besmirch the masterpiece that Alan Bly has put together by bringing it forward into something that has far less detail, which is the opposite of 30k. 30k is all detail.
Because if they did that, they'd do it for money.
Yes, that's true. They would, but nothing would prevent us from continuing to play 7th in so much for 30k.
Unless they did a very good job of 8th. Or at least doing the rules with it. But that we'd lose
Yeah.
all of like the terrain pieces and...
I feel like for it sounds like a play on words, but nuance is kind of Forge World to dig because they're very good at writing the same thing slightly different 50 times. Like Marines, I mean they're all Marines, but he's got all the versions of Marines. I don't know. 8th is not going to leave you the same leeway. I don't think, and to really give them all their own attitudes or rules because
It's still early.
It's still early, but just going from unit to unit to whole auras, and then in addition to that, taking sort of a generalized look at rules where you may call something different, but it's the same rule, more or less.
There's a lot of work.
-1 to shooting comes to mind. We can call it 7 things, but it's the same whether it's RG or Alpharius or
I like
whatever
to
else.
Call it pedestrian. What are the shields called?
Yeah, exactly.
-1 to hit those shields.
Whatever
It's
shields.
about it was a.
Or Magnus or Russ's -2.
That's
in
some
close
base
combat.
contact.
I don't care. Horus should be able to kill him.
No, Russ.
Fuck Horus. Fuck them all. If it's not Scoria, they deserve to lose. That's just how it is.
Deserve to lose. Yo, Magnus, like, just
Magnus isn't.
kicks them to the curb.
It's not bad if you don't do D Novas. Like if you just roll them on Biomancy.
Or invisibility.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that.
Can't be hit.
I wouldn't do that. That's just
Untargetable.
I wouldn't. I couldn't do that. That's just. You're just a
Untargetable.
dick then. Big
You
ol'
win!
Big,
Dick!
big ol' flappy phallus. That's all you are.
I'm sure I'd be hard after a power casting of
Probably.
magnitude.
I'd have to ask you to step outside.
Is that from the OG feeling of being overpowered?
He puts the mag in magnum. Like, that's
Over
like.
9,000?
He's well over the guy.
But,
I think he's Super Saiyan Blue.
I don't know. 1,000 Suns and 30k are really strong.
Yeah.
Like the Praetors that are level 3 on bio.
Yeah. I
see.
think, the
The
Terminators are
second
very good
Terminators that choose their powers and like.
But you can only choose between like
Yeah, the 4
divination and
the 4-up invul that
becomes 3.
becomes 3 and you can still sweep in advance and run. because
They,
you're
they
in
still set up that
Tartaros
Not
whole
with
fucked up
Tartaros.
thing of
Not with
choosing
Tartaros.
powers, which
Huh?
is like a
Not
whole
with
problem.
Cataphractum.
Yeah, but you put them Tartaros armor and then cast the fire shield.
Of course.
And then it becomes a 3-up. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't need.
They're pretty, though.
Cataphractum.
They are pretty. I'm mostly happy with 30k. I'm not happy with 8.
As long as you don't abuse things in 30k,
Yeah.
that I guess that could be the same rule. Don't be a dick. That's the underlying issue. Just don't be a dick.
Scoria.
If you get 9
That's
new
being a
units
dick.
and paint them, tell your friends you have 9 new units and painted them, because, yeah. Being
Just say-
surprised with a whole new
Yeah,
list
just
is
tell
like...
them you got a surprise.
Well, yeah. I don't think a surprise is a big deal if you play once a week, but like if you play once a month, it sucks. It's like, okay, I've got like 3 weeks to fucking try and fix this, and then you play a different army, it's like, fuck. I remember playing that, the people who had 7 armies, you couldn't win, because every game would be a different fucking army. So.
You get good.
Yeah, but I mean, there's getting good, and there's like, I have to remember 9 codexes, like, come
Write
on
it
now,
down.
like, write it down, right?
A stack of legal pads.
Straight up, if I have 1 codex and they have 7 armies, like, they can change every game, I can't, so there's a bit of an
Buy more
advantage
stuff.
there.
Buy more stuff, yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, get them
Yeah.
playing the same game.
Feed money to the machine.
Feed money. Anything else?
Just buy 8 then.
Is there anything else we can talk
Just show
about?
up to your
50
30k game with 8 then.
50-20 units of poxwalkers.
God.
You need. No, it's 1 unit surrounded with cultists. And then you make them untargetable unless they're close.
You wouldn't want the zombies to get hurt.
But no. But you kill off all the cultists.
Of course.
Using the
I think we
stratagem
lost
that
it
just feeds the zombie unit into a mega blob.
Well, maybe not. I
See?
thought I heard that click,
That's
but maybe
just
not. Is it still going?
Yeah, it's still going.
Okay. Well, does anyone else have anything to say in relation to the game?
I had
Or-
fun.
It was interesting.
I was a sad panda
I
after turn
enjoyed
2.
it. Yes,
But
yeah. You had an 8th edition game in 30k. It was over by turn 2.
I do need a shower. It wasn't bad. Like, it was a
No.
good game. If turn 2 didn't
You,
go that way, it
you
would've
did
been
have
a
shit
slugfest.
dice. You had some really rough goes there, especially on the attacks in combat late game. You had like 12 attacks. It's like 4 hit. Like, what the fuck is this shit? You're rolling like you're hitting on 3s and you roll a bunch of 1s and 2s. It makes
Yeah,
no
how do you
sense.
fix that? You hit on 2s, reroll 1s.
There you go. Well,
Bring the Night Lords. That's fine.
yeah. We should see Night Lords on Night Lords. Just the ultimate. We've already seen fucking Horus on Horus. We should do Night Lords on Night Lords.
We saw Horus on Horus.
Yeah, him and Jeremy.
Oh,
It
right.
was actually funny because you couldn't tell the units apart in the pictures because they're all the same colors. So it's like actually following that battle was not easy.
Shit, yeah, I remember that. I was really drunk.
I don't remember that because I don't remember bringing Horus when he brought Horus.
Oh, I meant like Sons of Horus.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Just
That I
like the
remember.
two.
Yeah.
Because like it's a similar paint scheme. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
what?
different, but not different that much. So it's like You both had a Spartan too, and it's like, which one's whose again? Oh yeah, it's his. Like,
Yeah. Mine was black. His was
yeah,
green.
yeah, exactly. It's like fuck. But yeah, we should do Night Lords and Night Lords. That'd be funny. I don't know, something.
Loyalist
I should probably make a list one day. That'd be
The
helpful.
Return of the Loyalist Night Lords.
I gotta do
Never
my.
forget.
I gotta do my Iron Warriors with my Mechanicus allies. Just do no fucking trade or no fucking right of war or any of that. Just see what happens. Get Scoria up my grill. I'm gonna use Call as Scoria because why not?
You're not allowed to use Scoria. Only I'm allowed to use
I'll
Scoria.
use Scoria anytime I want.
I'll use a Tribune.
I'm using Scoria right now. Scoria's my pants right now.
Well, Scoria is my pants.
Okay.
He made them. Like
You've
Rick,
clearly,
like
you've clearly won this round.
like how Rick crafted Jerry's
This dick
pants.
measuring contest has been run.
So anyway, let's just I don't know what else to say. I'm a little buzzed. You're a little tired.
Yeah.
Sober, as always.
Thank you for watching.
All right.
All right. Bye, internet.
Bye.
We'll be playing 30k and
I'll be
40k
playing
7th
40K.
edition,
8th tomorrow.
and Claire will be playing 8th tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you for watching.
Remember to support our Patreon that doesn't exist.
Donations of $10,000 at a time, please.
Gods of war, may your hammer be mighty.